What's up, sports fans? This is the Lucas Ross Sports Channel. We continue here with my 2024 college football schedule preview and projected record series. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights are up next, and before we preview their schedule for 2024 and give them an early projected record based on how tough their schedule is, let's take a look back at what Rutgers did in 2023. Here are my projections and predictions last year for Rutgers. My projection had them at 4-8, and then my prediction for them was also 4-8. So I was right there with the same projection and prediction for this team with a record at 4-8. But this Rutgers team did much more better than that. They went 6-6 in 2023. Ended up surprising a lot of people, making it to a bowl game last year. If you count their bowl game victory at the end of the year, this team went 7-6 overall in 2023. So the Rutgers coming off a very big surprising season in 2023 as well. So this is a program that looks like it was not heading in the right direction, but now it seemed like it is. This was a schedule last year in 2023. You look at their non-conference schedule. They played Temple, Virginia Tech, and Wagner. Not a very tough non-conference schedule except for that Virginia Tech game, but they were able to take care of business in that game. So the non-conference schedule wasn't too bad, but you look at the Big Ten schedule, they always have a tough schedule when they played in the Big Ten East over the years. You look at the 6 losses coming in the Big Ten last year, lost to Michigan and Wisconsin here, both on the road. And then you look at that November stretch from November the 4th to November the 25th. They lost to Ohio State, Iowa, Penn State, both on the road, and then they lost to Maryland here at the end of the year. So they had a pretty tough stretch there in the month of November, but with this tough schedule, the Rutgers were able to make it to a bowl game last year in 2023. Let's now look ahead to 2024. Here is the schedule for the Scarlet Knights for the upcoming season. And before we go game by game, let's take a look at who the Rutgers will play in the non-conference this upcoming season. So this is their non-conference schedule. They will play Howard and Akron, a couple of easy non-conference games, and then they do play Virginia Tech here on the road. That's their toughest non-conference game here, but that's not a very tough non-conference schedule. They will play again Virginia Tech here in a rematch from last year, and that game will be, of course, on the road in week number 4. They get a bye week actually before that game, so that's the good news there. But that's a non-conference schedule here for the Rutgers in 2024. Let's now go back to the schedule here and go game by game now. So they will kick things off with Howard here on August 31st, and then after that it's Akron here on September the 7th. And then, like I said, they do get a bye week here rather early in the month of September. Their first bye week comes here in the 3rd weekend of the month of September. Then they go on the road, come out of the bye week to play Virginia Tech here on September the 21st. And then after that, they come back here at home to open up conference play against Washington here on September the 28th. And then get to the month of October, they'll play Nebraska here on the road on October the 5th. And they are back here at home against Wisconsin here on October the 12th. Then they'll play UCLA here at home on October the 19th. And then after that, they go on the road to play USC here on October the 26th. Then they get to the month of November. They'll get a bye week here in the first weekend of the month of November. Then they come out of the bye week. They'll play Minnesota here at home on November the 9th. Then they go on the road to play Maryland here on November 16th. Then it's back at home here against Illinois here on November the 23rd. And then it's on the road here at Michigan State to end things out here on November the 30th. So this schedule is not very tough for the Rutgers compared to last year. You look at this schedule, they don't have to play Ohio State. They don't have to play Penn State. They also don't have to play Oregon or Michigan. So this schedule is really set up nicely here for Rutgers to possibly get to another bowl game this year in 2024. But let's get to the projection now here for the Scarlet Knights for 2024. This is not going to be my official prediction. This is simply going to be my projection based on how tough the schedule is. And this is the scale I use here for my projections. If it's a 1% game in the red, those are games where we count them as automatic losses here in this percentage at 1% here in the red. 20% games in the orange are going to be games where Rutgers will be about a couple touchdowns of underdogs. And then the 40% games here in the yellow are going to be games where Rutgers will be a heavy underdog in by about a touchdown. And then 50-50 games will, of course, stay in the white. Games I think can go either way, and then 60% games here in the purple are going to be games where Rutgers will be favored by about a touchdown, and then the 80% games here in the blue, they're going to be favored by about a couple touchdowns and also by double digits, and then the 99% games here in the green are pretty much the automatic wins here, and also the easy wins here in this percentage. So we'll start with the easy wins here for the Scarlet Knights for 2024 on this schedule. And I think you got a couple of easy wins here for the Rutgers. You got Howard and Akron here, both in the non-conference. Rutgers should go out here and take care of business in both of these games. These are not guaranteed wins, but we count these as automatic wins here when we do these projections for each and every single team. So again, you can count those two games as automatic wins here for the Rutgers for 2024. So those are the easy wins here for the Scarlet Knights for 2024. And then you look at the rest of the schedule. There's not really any other games on here that I can favor Rutgers in by double digits and also by about a touchdown. And to be honest, this is the first time that's happened here in out of all my projections here for each and every single team. All the rest of the games here, including that non-conference game against Virginia Tech and also in the Big Ten conference games, these are all 50-50 games in my opinion. I know that sounds crazy, but the Rutgers have a lot of 50-50 games this year. And again, this schedule is not very tough. Yes, you do got some tough road games with Virginia Tech, Nebraska, and USC and Maryland. Michigan State perhaps as well on the road, but these are all very winnable games here for the Rutgers. And this is a program, and it's also a team that, made it to a bowl game last year. Maybe they do have some good momentum going into next season for 2024 as well. But like I said, these are all very winnable games on the schedule, and the good news is they don't have to play Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, or Penn State on the schedule. If you had to play the Buckeyes, perhaps, or maybe like all those other three teams, some of their games will probably be in the orange or yellow, but again, you don't have to play all four of those teams here in the Big Ten. They do get a lot of these games mostly at home. Most of their tough games probably are at home on this schedule, but you do got some tough road games either way. But again, this is a schedule that has a lot of 50-50 games on here for the Rutgers. So what does the projected record here come out to be here for the Scarlet Knights for 2024? Again, this is not my official prediction. This is simply a projection based on how tough the schedule is. So we only count those two green games as automatic wins, and then you average out all these 50-50 games here at 50%. And the overall projected record for the Rutgers for 2024, it comes out to be here at 7-5 here for 2024. So a 7-5 projection here for the Scarlet Knights. I know that sounds crazy, but again, this is not a very tough schedule. Like I said, no Oregon, no Ohio State, no Penn State or Michigan on this schedule, which I think the Rutgers do have a chance to make it to a bowl game again this year. It's going to be very difficult to do that, especially for a program that's not been on the right direction over the years, but maybe last year gets them going. Maybe last year they do have good momentum going into next season, but the Big Ten is going to be a lot tougher this year, especially for those bottom teams to probably make it to a bowl game. For example, Illinois and Indiana are two programs that are probably not on the rise as of right now, but you look at Rutgers, if they do go to a bowl game this year, this is a program that's heading in the right direction. So watch out for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights in 2024. It would really shock me if this team did go 8-4 perhaps, but maybe 6-6 is also possible. But 7-5 based on the schedule, it comes out to be a 7-5 projection here for 2024 for the Scarlet Knights. So give me your thoughts on this Rutgers team down in the comments below, and what do you think their projected record is for 2024? Let me know down in the comments below, and thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned here for more sports content videos on my Lucas Ross Sports Channel.